The first rays of the African morning sun slowly spread across a vast dry woodland. This was not a lush green jungle filled with thick vines and towering rainforests. Instead, the land stretched endlessly with dusty brown soil, scattered acacia trees, thorny bushes, weathered rocks, and tall golden grass dancing in the warm breeze. Small watering holes shimmered under the rising sun, attracting wildlife from miles away. Every creature living here survived through patience, teamwork, and constant awareness of danger. High on the branch of an old umbrella acacia tree rested a tiny nest built from dry grass and soft feathers. Inside the nest, a small Oxpecker chick named Keto cracked through its pale blue egg. Its body was almost featherless, its eyes barely open, and its tiny beak looked far too large for its head. Keto depended completely on his parents for warmth and food. Every few minutes they returned carrying insects collected from nearby buffaloes and antelope. They gently fed the hungry chick, while carefully watching the skies for hawks circling overhead. As the weeks passed, soft brown feathers slowly covered Keto's tiny body. His wings grew stronger each day, and bright curiosity filled his dark eyes. Soon he began hopping around the branches surrounding the nest. His parents encouraged him to flap his wings despite many clumsy landings among the thorny branches. Every successful jump made him stronger. Eventually, one warm morning, Keto spread his wings wide and glided through the dry woodland for the very first time. Though nervous, he discovered the freedom every bird dreams of. Learning to fly was only the beginning. Young Oxpeckers must master a much more important skill. Finding though nervous, he discovered a freedom every bird dreams of. Learning to fly was only the beginning. Young Oxpeckers must master a much more important skill: finding food on Africa's giant animals. Keto's father guided him toward a peaceful herd of Cape buffalo grazing among dry yellow grasses. The massive animals looked terrifying compared to the tiny bird. Thick curved horns, powerful muscles, and dusty black hides made them appear almost unstoppable. Yet they stood quietly, allowing the experienced Oxpeckers to land on their backs. At first, Keto hesitated. Landing on such enormous moving creatures seemed impossible. After several nervous circles overhead, he finally landed gently on an old buffalo named Barrow. His tiny feet gripped the rough hide, while Barrow calmly continued eating. Keto carefully searched the buffalo's coarse hair, discovering tiny ticks hiding around the ears, neck, shoulders, and skin folds. Each tick became a valuable meal. The buffalo enjoyed relief from irritating parasites, while Keto gained the nutritious food needed to grow. It was one of Africa's greatest examples of mutual cooperation. Day after day, Keto practiced riding different giants across the dry woodland. Sometimes he perched on rhinoceroses whose thick gray skins shelter hundreds of insects. Other days he visited giraffes, zebras, and even enormous hippos resting beside muddy pools. Every species offered different challenges. Rhino skin contained deep wrinkles where insects hid. Giraffes required careful balancing because of their towering height. Hippos often submerged without warning, forcing Keto to fly away at the perfect moment. Slowly, the young bird became an expert traveler of Africa's giants. Life in the open woodland remained dangerous. Despite these peaceful partnerships,
the herd moved
one scorching afternoon,
towards
the buffalo herd wandered toward a shrinking waterhole surrounded by cracked earth and scattered thorn bushes. Hidden within the tall golden grass, a hungry lioness silently crawled forward. Every movement remained slow and controlled as she waited for the perfect opportunity to attack a young buffalo from high on Barrow's shoulder. Keto noticed the slightest movement among the grass. His sharp eyes spotted the lioness long before the buffalo sensed danger. Instantly, he released a loud series of warning calls while flapping his wings frantically above Barrow's head. The experienced buffalo lifted his head, recognized the alarm, and let out a thunderous bellow. Within seconds, the entire herd formed a defensive circle around their calves. The surprised lioness realized her attack had failed and quietly disappeared into the dry grass. Once again, the tiny Oxpecker had protected giants many thousands of times his size. As seasons changed, heavy rains briefly transformed parts of woodland. Small patches of green appeared around temporary pools before quickly drying beneath the blazing African sun. Quito adapted to every season. During the dry months, animals gathered around the remaining water sources, making food easier to find. During wetter periods, herds spread across wider areas, requiring longer flights. His endurance improved with every journey across the dusty landscape. One day, Quito met a young female oxpecker named Lena. Like him, she had mastered flying and feeding upon Africa's great herbivores. Together they searched for safe nesting places inside hollow acacia trees, carefully avoiding snakes and monitor lizards searching for eggs. They collected dry grass, soft feathers, and animal hair to build a comfortable nest hidden deep within the tree trunk. Soon several tiny eggs rested safely inside the nest. Quito and Lena shared every responsibility equally. While one searched buffaloes for food, the other guarded the eggs against predators. After many peaceful days, faint tapping sounds echoed from inside the shells. Tiny chicks emerged, hungry and helpless, just as Quito once had. Their parents patiently brought fresh insects every day, repeating the ancient cycle they had continued across Africa for countless generations. As the young birds grew, Quito proudly watched them practice their first flights above the dusty woodland. Before long, they too landed nervously on buffaloes, rhinos, giraffes, and zebras. The giant animals accepted the new generation just as they had accepted Quito years before. Trust passed naturally between species through experience rather than fear. Years later, Quito became one of the oldest oxpeckers in the region. His feathers showed signs of age, but his sharp eyes remained unmatched. Younger birds often followed him to learn where ticks gathered most, heavily in how to recognize hidden predators before it was too late. The buffalo herds continued welcoming his familiar presence, standing quietly, while he cleaned their hides beneath the warm African sun. As evening painted the sky orange and crimson, Quito rested upon Barrow's broad back overlooking the endless, dry woodland. Dust drifted gently across the golden grass, while distant elephants walked toward a fading waterhole. It was a landscape that appeared harsh. Yet every living creature depended upon another for survival. From a tiny chick inside a humble nest to the trusted guardian riding Africa's giants, Quito's remarkable journey proved that even the smallest life can play one of the greatest roles in nature.